What's good, Joe? And welcome to my review of this week of the last episode of The Reflection, season 1. I say season 1 because it looks on the ending. It looks like there's another that studio game this series. The damage is like sequel bane that maybe gets into it, which is us. I'm perfectly happy with that. I really enjoy this series. But let's talk about the final episode. So we start off. We have Wraith, using his, his power. He can really just controls every one of the Reflected, in the desert. Besides, of course, the main cast, of course. Everyone there fine. But all the guys who just teleport there, that are the main cast, he's controlling them all to, summon darkness. This dude looks like some kind of, dragon. That will, engulf the world in darkness or whatever. But so he's looking at, he and Michael, they're looking around, they find him, he's controlling. Then we get to I Guy versus the Bat Dude that, now has cybernetic enhancements that, I Guy wrecked him 2 weeks ago. So, they have their battle, and actually, and then he actually releases two, little, miniature bats, or, robotic bats from his legs. They go behind there, and then they all start doing using sound, and they start using sonic sounds or very high pitched sounds, heard some character, some shows or movies or whatever where characters have very high sound bits that could heard the characters the radio guy from Hiroaka, like that, and Bro just, bats just sound communicates that they're blind. So, he's using that. That guy's not really getting anywhere. He's, in the middle of all three of them. He's not really getting anywhere. Then we finally see those four Japanese girls in action. They finally show one of them says solar flare or whatever. Then that blinds them enough time. The miniature bats are finally destroyed, and then we finally see him. And they're pretty much just they're just like magical girls, like Sailor Moon, pretty much. And that's pretty much how they act. They're pretty much actually magical girls with their powers. Actually funny enough, they actually play the ED while they're fighting it, and it's not like they just took the animation, they just put the music, overlapped it. Say in action scenes they put music with it, to get you hyped, pumped up. It sounds like someone's just playing on the radio right there while the fight's going on. It sounds like that because it doesn't have the difference in sound quality, but whatever. I'll get off track. But anyway, they're fine using their powers, blah 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 blah, and then eventually their music stops, and then I Guy, and then he hits him with his sound attacks again. I Guy blocks the attack. He goes in front of them. Goes in front of them. They get behind him, they give him a decent far enough distance from him. He gets down one knee, and then he has to go. And he goes down the 80s track. He's like, oh, I don't understand English though. I think he's just I don't understand. It's too. Whatever. So yeah, they can't understand English. So it's like, oh well. So then they play Sky Show. They start singing, and then while he's walking towards the Bat Dude, he walks towards, he says the names of all his friends that he killed. That the Bat Dude killed a few weeks back, but when he got the updated armor, which I really dig his updated armor, by the way. I like the updated armor. So he goes to, he says Jim, the rest of their names, while Sky Show's playing, and then actually he's actually charging up his head cannon again, the attack he used to destroy the Bat Dude a couple weeks back. He's while he's walking towards them, and then he gets up, he's those are the names, and just blast the dude he just blasts him. He's dead. Point blank range, he's dead. So after that, I Guy, falls back a little bit because he just launched a major attack. He falls back a little bit, the girls catch him, and then he's breathe a little bit, and then he asks the girls, I'm going down there, what are you girls doing? And he's oh, you said something again. I'm sure I'm not the only one that ever finds it kind of funny and kind of weird whenever they say, a character says, oh shit, they're speaking English, when they're in anime, and they're all speaking, fluent Japanese. I always find that shit weird. I almost kind of wish they were, maybe these were, bilingual, they're actually speaking English, and they're only speaking Japanese, so it makes a little bit more sense or something. Or they changed it, or whatever. Anyway. So, the girls. So I got leaves. He gets into the middle of the fray. The girls are like, okay, what do we do? And she's like, what else? We're heroes. So they get in the fray. So I got to land to the ground. The 4 girls follow behind him. They all get in their like little their like little poses and shit, which I'll probably end up using as the thumbnail for this video. So then we get like, I guess you can say a quick montage of everyone fighting. We got Michael and V on one side. We got Lisa on the other. Then we got our man X-Odd running away from the chick that like the female human torch. I'll call her the female human torch because her power is fire. So he's running from there. He's like looking around. He sees this one dude with like a giant hammer that's like about to hit Lisa or whatever. It's like, hey, and he tackles her like, hey, that's a little girl, right? The dude attacks him, misses, or at least or maybe I just went into Exxon went into the sand. He's like, I'll take that back. He uses his quirk against him, which I really like that about Exxon. That he has, that his quirk is like he can steal other quirks like that dude in Hero Walker from Class 1B, I forget his name, that can do the same thing, but unlike him, he keeps the shit permanently. So yeah, I would definitely say that X-One's probably my favorite character of this whole series. He has that over-peak quirk, and he kind of jokes around like Spider-Man. What more can you ask from a Marvel fan? So then, I don't believe I mentioned this before, but in case I didn't, we actually go back to the military base that we saw a few episodes ago. There's like this anti-reflection unit take down the reflected. We find out that actually the Air Force called and said that they're scrambling their jets to take care of the problem, to take care of this. And the girl that was part of that was that was asking Eleanor to help her out. Said she's been in the hospital for a bit, or at least been bedridden for a bit after the injury she suffered from that car accident. She's really like, stop him. And then right now, they actually just show up, and so, they're about to wreck shit up. And actually, right before that happens, we actually see when Exxon finished up that dude with his new hammer, quirk or power he just copied. We actually see that the people that Race has been controlling, we see them turn from purple to black, and then they fall to the ground. So it looks like he's not only is he like controlling, but he looks like he's like sucking their power away to summon darkness. And so, the guys are firing, the guys at the Air Force start firing missiles, and they don't actually hit anything, they just hit what looks to be like a force field. I imagine like an invisible force field that's surrounding the area that Wraith is, in, while summoning, darkness. And then he's like, what the? And then the jet crashes into the force field, and then he blow up as well. So then the force field itself gets engulfed by darkness, and some very powerful wind, and actually this force field surrounding them involved by darkness actually disables all of their quirks. They cannot use their powers at all. So Lisa can't use a big wheel anymore, so she just falls straight to the ground. Guy's armor doesn't work because that's actually how the powers. How Iron Man's suit works is powered by the arc reactor. His suit is powered by his quirk. It's powered and also the Japanese girls can't use their quirks. None of them can use any of their quirks. So then they all start, trying to, walk towards Wraith, walk towards the guy. While he's doing it, guy takes off pieces of his armor because it's not worth it. Might as well take that weight off. And he gets to him, he tries to punch it, but it actually just misses, or there's a force field surrounding him, because when he punches Wraith, he just falls straight down, doesn't hit him at all. And everyone else is telling, and she's telling, Eleanor actually, that he had to kill Eleanor for this to work. Guy gets to him and he's like, what is the problem? He's like, a world enveloped by darkness. Darkness. He's just talking about darkness. He won't show you about darkness. And I guy's just, sitting there. And then eventually, the wind gets more powerful. They pushes everyone back a little bit. And pushes everyone back, then he just, Ray shoots Guy, which actually cracks his helmet up a bit, and then we get this, I'm guessing, interior monologue he gets with between him and, Eleanor, I'm guessing, or, he's speaking to Eleanor via telepathy, or, our Eleanor talking to him via telepathy, whatever he's talking about, that he didn't actually portray it. Oh, and actually, we actually get a little bit of Guy's, X-On's backstory, just a little bit of it, but pretty much where we see this this like school or mansion in the forest, where we see a bunch of ball kills, we see cars all over the place, and we see fire, then we see someone running, and we see a car that had X on it. That's literally all we get. Which leaves me, which I would really like to see maybe the season 2, and maybe that whole season could be like focused on how Exxon became, because I'm really curious, because he's definitely my favorite character. He's definitely the most mysterious. I really want to know what the hell happened, because eventually, because he's like talking about, Eleanor, accepted this, blah, blah, blah. They're like, and everyone's like, no, she didn't. So they're all like, Lisa's like, I'll move forward. Michael says, I will never close my eyes again for some reason. So they all then, walk towards him again, and they finally make it. And, so yeah, and, so then after that, and while everyone's walk towards him, Wraith notices in like the little area that's open where darkness is supposed to show up, which is pretty bad. He's pretty much a dragon, and it looks fucking badass as hell. He looks like he's like, oh, darkness. He's like, and then actually Eleanor shows up, and but it's like not really Eleanor. It's like I guess almost like a hologram of Eleanor, Eleanor within that's engulfed by a green aura around. She says, and she pretty much just to summarize, it says, "I have accepted the darkness within me. Who the fuck are you?" And he's like, no, darkness shall save you. Why, darkness will make this world better. Darkness. So then we get the biggest plot twist of the series. The biggest plot twist is that when then Exxon managed to catch up to him, Exxon, Wraith fires, his power, or his lightning, whatever you want to call it, at him. But Exxon, grabs and then uses it on him, and uses the power against him. So they kind of, I guess you can say I can't think of the word. Like those, in DBZ or Naruto, and the jutsu classes. They pretty much have jutsu classes. Or Kai class, whatever you want to call it. They have a class of their powers, and Ray's like, "How do you have this power?" And he's like, and Exxon says, "You must have misunderstanding. I'm not a reflection to begin with." Yes, apparently Exxon was never hit with the reflection. So what the fuck is he? Is he a mutant? Is this world connected to the X-Men universe now? I sounds like, oh. I did not expect this point at all. I thought, what the hell is Exxon? Is he a mutant then? Is this part of the X-Men universe now? I don't know. More reason to hope that we get season 2, so we can get these answers. So then Exxon uses his free hand to, break up the barrier surrounding, which makes darkness disappear. And he says, "Why would you expect Wraith? Why would you accept darkness as darkness?" And Exxon says, "There's enough darkness in this world." And then so everyone gets their quirks back. Everyone, then the rest of everyone starts fighting again, and then Aiga gets up, and his face is completely engulfed by his quirk or his power of that he can't sing, otherwise and it makes sound waves and shit. Then I guess just squeeze the top of his lip and just incinerates Wraith. And I know he's incinerated because we see him, and then in shows when someone is incinerated, they usually show their face kind of smudged up, and then just completely just engulfed in the flame and just evaporates. I guess that's what happens to Wraith. So then everything's after that. Everything looks all hunk though. Then Eleanor shows back up, so it looks like she wasn't actually dead. So she's alive. Exxon giving her back her phone. Everyone, talking about yes, it's finally over. But then, and then they look at the sky, and then we see green and like a cloud of green and purple smoke. So it looks like the reflection incident is happening again. And it says, and Eleanor's like, it cuts. It just cuts right there. That is the biggest we're gonna get a season. That is the biggest cliffhanger season, sequel baiting I've ever seen. That's the most obvious anyway. And what can I say? Overall, this was a really good series and a really great episode. I would say I'll give this episode a 9 out of 10. And the series as a whole, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. But yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, I really hope there's a season 2. I really did enjoy this series. The studio, I'm open for season 2. It looks like Studio Dean wants another season, just to judge by how many, plot points they leave open for this possible season 2. which I would really hope to see. But hey, if the Blu-rays sell well, then we're good. If they don't, well, fuck. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. Oh yeah, guys. One thing before I forget, before I leave you guys, is actually the Anime Man's top 100 anime of all time list that he was actually announced a month ago, saying like he wanted to try to see what the international community thinks are the top 100 anime of all time. It just like his video launched like a couple days, like yesterday, and I've seen the results, and I'm overall pretty well pleased. And I'm glad that the international anime community has finally been able to unite under one banner, under one thing for the top of anime. And I'm glad I'm well turned out. I'm proud to the Anime Man for coming up with this idea and turn out so well. But there's something that royally pissed me off about this list. Now, for you guys to see, it wasn't that Erase didn't make the top 50. It wasn't that SAO made the top 30. It wasn't in the top 10, or Naruto or Bleach, or that Naruto and Bleach did not make the top 10. No, that didn't piss me off. What pissed me off the most was that, guess what number 25 was? Yuri on fucking Ice! Goddamn Yuri fangirls are gonna ruin everything for us! We had to go, they had to go and fucking ruin the list! With trash anime like that, Host Club, and Free! Look, are any of those shows even actually any good? I mean, guys, I personally haven't seen Yuri on Ice at all. I've never seen the series. I do plan on just to see if it's any good. But I know for a fact, just from what I've seen, that Gay Dudes Ice Skating has no business being higher than Erased, Mob Psycho 100, Ghost in the Shell, Akira, Hunter x Hunter 2011, FMA 2003, SAO, Clannad After Story, Princess Mononoke, as well as and Berserk. Yeah, I'm really pissed off about that it was even that high. Look, that's showing no bitches. Granted, guys, I've not seen Yuri on Ice. For all I know, it could be an alright series. It could be actually pretty good, but it has no business being that high. Fucking yaoi fangirls, they don't know fucking claw. They're ruining the list for us, putting shit like that on there. Whatever, guys. But the sin was immediately rectified. This was actually ReZero being the next slot up. Actually, 24 was actually ReZero, and number 1 was, of course, the GOAT. Was the GOAT, FMA brother, and surprisingly, number 2 was actually Hiroaka. I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, oh, Hiroaka, I didn't think it was going to be that high, and actually Your Name was number 3. So, I'm overall pleased with the results. I'm glad that, that FMA is still on top, so not only is the top-rated anime on my anime list, but according to this list, it is the greatest anime of all time. Damn straight it is. FMA is the GOAT. And actually, then they actually showed up what the different studios were, and number 1 was, of course, Studio Bones! The GOAT struck again. And actually, the best licensor was actually surprisingly Funimation, and they won by a huge margin. The second one was actually Viz, and Crunchyroll was nowhere on that list at all, surprisingly. I think I'm surprised by that Crunchyroll was nowhere on there. That was actually the top 2 was Viz, and Funimation. But yeah, I'm glad to see that. I'll probably leave a link to it in the description box below if you're curious on what the listings were. Or maybe I'll just leave a link to Anime Man's video in case you haven't already seen it. But I pretty much just spoiled a bunch of the results for you guys in case. But I'm sure we all saw FMA as the winner coming from a mile away because, FMA's the GOAT. But yeah, guys. Pissed as hell that Yuri on Ice once again. It's chance that I cannot escape this show, and then the overwhelming hype and the overratedness of the show is still haunting us to this day. But whatever. Actually, one thing, and speaking of Yuri on Ice and overrated shows that that I'm talented with, actually, and overall, I would say that this year, granted, we haven't seen all Grand Fall Anime of 2017 hasn't aired yet, or at least some of the shows haven't all completed. I would say overall, this was actually a pretty good year. I would say last year was better only because that year we had Erased it. We had Erase debut, which you guys know I fucking love Erase. Tied with SEO is my second favorite anime of all time. We also had, Mob Psycho dropped that season. We had, New Game drop this season, which actually, its second season was pretty good. I love New Game. We had that drop, we had ReZero drop. We had a lot of series drop. But yeah, this year, granted, when it comes to like, the original series, there are, sequels. I guess the best we really got was Kakagurui. We got Kakagurui this season. Last season we had Miss Kobanashi's Dragon Maid, or the season before that. We had Masamune-kun's Revenge. Overall, we had a lot of slice of life series that were like the most popular and like the best series. But yeah, without counts. But if we did count season 2, Hero Walker season 2 was excellent. They definitely the anime of the year. And if Crunchyroll ends up bringing back the anime awards for this year, I hope they learn from their mistakes from last year. One thing, and I better hurry up. This video's getting 20 minutes long. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I do hope that if Crunchyroll brings it back, I'm looking forward to it. Although, if Miss Kobanashi's Dragon Maid ended up, sweeping the awards again, Yuri on Ice did last year, I wouldn't be that pissed off because the best animation I can see winning because that was because those five things had no business being that good. Best girl, I can see that. The only anime award that would have to actually have some beef with it winning is Anime of the Year only because, you're welcome. But yeah, guys, that's the end of my little rant on Yuri on Ice on the winning.